Welcome to the Southern Broadcast Racing Network. I am Richard Hurst, and always along with me is Jeremy Robbins. Jeremy, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing pretty doggone good, but not as good as that episode of the Lap Traffic Podcast today. If y'all hadn't checked it out, y'all need to see it. It was pretty awesome.
Well, speaking of lap traffic podcast, tonight tonight's race is sponsored by Lap Traffic Podcast, and we are here at Watkins Glen for 121 miles at Lap Traffic at the Glen. But yes, that lap traffic episode was very good, and I do encourage everybody to get out there and check it out, and find out what they're all about, and you'll find some pretty good information that does come out of there, and they talk about a lot of interesting stuff. So definitely go check them out. So Jeremy, tonight we got our first road course on the map. What you think we're going to see tonight?
Well, hopefully it's going to live up to its name. We're going to have a whole lot of lap traffic tonight. So, I mean, you've got Essery coming off that fire win last week. So, it's going to be interesting to see if he can kind of run off that momentum, especially going through the Glen.
Yeah, hopefully he can. Those points look pretty darn good with Andrew Medlin and Ken Campbell tied up for the lead at 113 and 113. Both have a win. Chris Essery looking at 111 points, so 2 points behind first and second. And Brandon Pierce at 104. John Dirt sitting in the fifth position at 99 points. So very close points, all the way down to pretty much 12th, actually
Yeah,
13th.
everybody right there, it's a pretty close battle. I mean, from 15 up, I mean, you've got about 60 points. It's separating everybody, and I mean, we're just like a few races into the season, so it's still going to be like anybody's show right now.
Yeah, it's definitely anybody's show, it being still early in the season. So man, I'm pretty excited to see this first road course. I already had a little birdie tell me in my private message on Discord, that be Hopper, he told me that 24 was going to win.
24. You know what? I've been waiting for that 24. Coming off being last season's series champion, he needs one. He's been close, but it just no cigar for him just yet.
I was thinking the same thing. Close, but no cigar. But close all that counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. You got to be dead on to get that win. So hopefully he can get that tonight. As we have reached our qualifying session, and we're going to be seeing people get out there on the track and do their 2 laps. And it looks like Brandon Pierce is out there in his number 38 Ford F-150.
Well, we do it every week, and we hadn't had one yet. We picked yet. So, Richard, who do you think? Who do you think's gonna pull the rabbit out of the hat up here at the Glen?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna. I don't know. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me watch some of these guys. Kind of run their line as the 24 just hopped the curb. Uh,
Well, while you're
yeah,
thinking about it,
I'm gonna shoot a long shot here. My good buddy, um, Jet Curtis Eckert.
I can go with that one. He's had him a pretty. It's been a pretty rough few races for him, but it is the road course, so this might be the turning point for him.
Absolutely. I've seen him race on Heat 5, and he's over here on iRacing now. And, he used to be really good. He used to whoop my butt at, some of those road courses that we used to race at together. So I'm going to pick him. I'm going to choose him and see what he can do. I'd like to go with my Alabama Slammer, Ken Campbell, but tonight I'm gonna have to choose against him. Probably doing the wrong thing, but yeah, we're gonna see what Mr. Curtis can do tonight.
Unfortunately, I am not seeing Mr. Campbell in the lineup right now. So
Oh no!
I'm gonna tell you what. While you was thinking about that, we got a chance. We have got us a new one coming in with us. Mr. Joe Roberts. He's going to be broadcasting something with us this season on SBRN, and we kind of sent him to the opposite side of the track, and he's kind of keeping up with everything on the far side. Joe, you got a copy?
Yes, I do. Hello. Yeah, far side of the track should be fun today. You know, the one thing we've looked in practice is the cars are very, very tight. I actually lost you guys for about 30 seconds there right before you called me, so came back at just the right time. But, yeah, should be a good race. You know, you got to be real careful, especially in that carousel with your throttle, because too much throttle and you're definitely going to spin that truck around, even though it is extremely tight. Edison on the pole right now, but Sartin just got on the pole with a 13.96.
Well, Richard, it looks like your boy might be pulling something out of the hat.
Yeah. I'm hoping so.
Well, it looks like we got us hitting us a pretty good crowd out there, so we've got about a good little 4 minutes to run down. Well, we're going to waste a minute real quick. Be on the lookout. You know, we've started having some new production videos coming in, and right now let's just go ahead and take a quick look at a recap and kind of get you hyped up for it.
Lights off, duck go. Put a little chicken in a hot sauce. I'm boss, roundhouse. Step up, little bitch, get tossed. You don't really wanna take a while, I'm dancing on that two-step. You don't really wanna hit my lap while choking on your last breath. Red dot, sure shot. Whiskey, tango, foxtrot. No gas, that's. I'm feeling too hot. Burners or something, I'm pouring a cup. Oh, boy, we not giving a fuck. Jump off the cloud and into the truck. Brace up, cause I'm in a run. It's just cloud nine and you know I'm feeling right. Nerdy battle rapper and I'm extra white. Stacking paper and I'm living my best life. Eat so much that my shirt is getting too tight.
Well, we have full Senate at the Glen, and looks like Cameron right now is still holding that pole. And it looks like they've got everybody about done on qualifying. I don't see anybody that hasn't except for Bill Dart and Doug Pierce. Well, from about 18th and back has not qualified yet. So we've got a few.
I was about to say
more.
I don't see Mr. Ecker qualifying, which that could be a strategy.
Brian Burchett just finished his second lap. He improved himself up to third position. He's qualified a 14.430. He
And,
was
you know,
second fastest in qualifying
Yeah,
in practice.
but as you go along, you know, road courses do come into a lot of strategy, or they can come into a lot of strategy, especially if we have green flag laps. We're gonna have our first stage break at lap 12 or 13, I believe.
Yes.
But yeah, with these road courses, you could put in a lot of strategy, save fuel, you know, go the extra distance. So it's going to be definitely interesting to see what these guys have in mind as far as strategy goes. I don't know if they're going to bank on iRacing cautions, or they're going to be throwing cautions for certain things. We have to see about that, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I talked to someone earlier. They said that there's probably not going to be a manual caution thrown other than the stage break, unless there's like a super big accident. So expect it to go green most of the race.
Well, that stage break is going to take place when the 10th place car crosses the start-finish line on lap 12 going into 13. So we heard you talk a little bit about the podcast today, but let's give them a quick little shout out before we get into racing.
Want more NASCAR content? For all the latest in NASCAR, including driver interviews, race recaps, fantasy NASCAR, listener call-in shows, and awesome giveaways, tune in to the Lap Traffic Podcast on iTunes, Podbean, or your favorite hosting site with new shows every Tuesday night. Check out Lap Traffic on the web, thelaptrafficpodcast.com, and follow on Twitter @LapTrafficPC. Don't get caught chasing the lucky dog. Tune in each and every week to the Lap Traffic Podcast. See ya!
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
That is a good little shout out to the Lap Traffic Podcast and Butt Kicker and Next Level Racing, some of the primary sponsors for the Full Send iRacing series.
Well, you was talking about people not qualifying. Well, they did not qualify. They chose to be in the back, and I think that's where they're going to hang out. Bill Dart, Doug Pierce, Curtis Ecker, and Charles Hagel and Sam Siegel did not qualify, so they're going to hang out at the back and see. Let's see how far they move forward. You definitely don't want these leaders to get too far ahead of you, especially having to work your way through traffic. But we'll see what they can do.
Only if it's lap traffic.
All right, looks like we are about to get rolling here in just a minute. Still waiting on the 24 and the 343 to... Where did they go?
They are rolling off the grid right now. We're going to be getting green in about 20 seconds.
Well, we've got starting up on the pole. We've got your pick there, Richard. Cameron starting. In P2, we've got William Edison. P3 is going to be Brian Burchett. 4 is last week's winner, Chris Esseray. P5 is going to be Brandon Pierce. 6 is Andrew Medlin. 7th is going to be Chris Stitz. 8th is going to be John Dart. 9th is going to be Trey Jackson. 10th is going to be Cole. I butcher his name every time.
And we are green. As you see, Cameron is trying to get slowed up. Definitely a lot of awareness as they go into turn 1. Cameron has the inside line. He has the advantage. 333 got a little bit wide and was on the rumble strip, and he was not able to get around Cameron, so he just tucks up behind Cameron as they're coming through the S turns. Cameron is in command. He is broke out 0.6 seconds ahead. They are headed down the straightaway. You have a little bit of a battle between Brian Burchett as they get to the bus stop. They're going to try to make it through there without any incidents. Cameron is through it, no problems as of right now.
Taking it easy, pretty single file all throughout. Looks like everyone's just going to try to settle in, get themselves figured out, and we got a good 1 second lead already by Cameron Sartin. Best case scenario for him, because you do not want to have to be dealing with traffic as the 4 gets loose and spins around and takes the 12. He gets hit. He is right in the middle of the racetrack, and there is going to be a lot of damage on that 12 car, Richard.
Oh yeah, that was Brian Burchett. I hope I am pronouncing that name right, and you are correct. Cameron Sartin has extended his lead by 1.6 seconds. He is getting to the S's as of right now, with William Edison still trying to run him back down. He is making up a little bit of ground coming through the S's, but Cameron is trying to extend that lead even more going through the back of the field. You have Brandon Pierce. He is looking for another win, but he is quite a ways back. He is at 4.5 seconds back away from the leader.
Update on the 4 and the 12 car. They both hit down pit road. They are in pit road right now as the leader comes out of turn number 5. Sartin has already increased his lead to 2.5 seconds, so he's looking really good at the start of this race. And there is not really much of a challenge for any position. Looks like the 6th and the 7th position could be getting a little challenging in the 6th corner. Got Trey Jackson trying to hold off John Doe for 6th. Back to the straightaway, Richard.
All right, looking further back in the pack, I just want to give a little shout out to Curtis Eckert. He is up 6 positions. He decided not to qualify, and he is up 6 positions from where he started. Good little run for him as of right now. He's working through the pack the hard way. He did not want to qualify, so he's working through the hard way. We got another little battle going on. Looks like between John Dart, Cole Shetty, and Nate Lynch. They are all pretty much nose to tail. They were side by side as they were coming around turn 1, and looks like they got straightened out as somebody is blinking in and out.
Yeah, it looks like Essery and Pierce going to be trying to make some moves in turn 5. Everyone's pretty spread out so far. Not seeing too much fighting going on right now, but the field is widely spread out. You got the leader entering in turn number 6 right now, but you have a bunch of cars still hanging around in turn 5. So the lead is getting taken down a little bit now by William Edison. It is down to 1.8 seconds now. So maybe William's getting a little bit more life in that car as we get back down turn 1.
The 42 of Cole Shetty is looking to take the position away from Trey Jackson as they are coming around, headed towards the start-finish line. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give that dog a bone. He wants a win too. He is hungry. It looks like he is pretty decent at Watkins Glen as they go through turn 1. You know, he is trying to get around the 31, but the 31 is not cutting him any slack. He is giving it all he has back up front. Cameron is still checked out. He has extended his lead out to 1.81 seconds as he heads to the bus stop.
Yeah, Cameron's been looking really good so far. He is not running as fast as he qualified. He's just taking it easy for these first few laps, you know, knowing that there's going to be a stage caution in about 8 or so laps. You know, why risk it and try to dominate all that fast? I think he is letting off a little bit. I don't think he's going as fast as he could be. I think he's maybe sandbagging just a little bit just to keep his car intact, because he doesn't want to end up like that 4 car of Brian Berchet did, because, you know, he was in 3rd position, spun out, and got a significant amount of damage. And going back to turn 1, he's gained about 2/10 on this lap.
Well, we still have this little battle between the 13 and the 31. The 13 has been able to get around the 31 of Trey Jackson. That is going to be John Dart. He takes over the 7th position. But the 42 of Cole Shetty, he was able to get around a little bit earlier in the run. Right there at the bus stop, he was able to make the pass. So that's going to move him up 4 positions from where he started. And now he has moved up to 6.
The biggest mover right now is actually Sam Siegel. He's in the turn 1 right now, but he's up 5 positions from where he started. Another big mover we got here is Nate Lynch and Dylan Glass, both up 4 in 9th and 10th. They currently are heading into the bus stop. So everyone moving quite well. The only 2 guys that have really lost any position would be Berchet and Medlin, but currently Edison is still maintaining quite well with Sartin.
Yeah, that lead is extending just a little bit, and little by little, but like you said, you know, they might not be driving as hard trying to get a feel for this truck and this track. You know, he's only about 2.2 seconds, so yeah, he is maintaining that distance pretty well. Esri is sitting in 3rd position. He is about 4.4 seconds back from the leader, but don't look now. Brandon Pierce is looking. He is closing the distance between him and Esri, and we might just have a position change here shortly, because he is closing in quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Now here's my question. I'm wondering if any of these guys that are maybe like in, you know, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, maybe even a little bit more down, how comfortable are you going down pit road maybe a lap or 2 before the stage break, you know, maybe try to get some position out of that? How far do you want to be behind if you're making a pit stop where you're maybe not worrying about being lapped. The 39 was just stopped. I think he just spun out.
Yeah,
Doug
the
Pierce
30.
crashed. Can we get a replay on that?
Yeah, 39 hit the inside wall. He just got a little bit loose coming out of turn 1, and here we are. I'm still riding with the leader, and they are just checking out from the field.
Yeah, he's gained about a second and a half since the last time we checked up on him. You know, there's only 3 cars within 10 seconds of him, and he has a large gap, and he's actually starting to hit some lap traffic pretty soon. The 12 car is in 22nd. I think is he a lap down?
The 12 is, yes, he is a lap down. Not yet, but about there.
Not yet. All right, so no lap cars yet, but he is the last car on the lead lap, so I can see him maybe running into him in the next lap or two. So got to be watching out for those lap cars so you don't get yourself taken out by one of them. Just got to be careful around those guys, because I don't think that they're going to be exactly kind to you when you're trying to get them.
Well, Cameron Sarton is definitely extending that lead now. He has put the pedal to the metal, and now he is checked out to almost 4 seconds ahead of Edison. Edison is being tracked down by Essery, and Essery is being tracked down by Pierce. The next car, which is in the 5th position, is Chris Stitz, and he is over 11 seconds from the leader, but only about 4 seconds back from Pierce. Still a lot of laps to go, and we will see that stage break unless we see incident caution come out beforehand. But looks like we got a pretty good battle about to heat up between Travis Dart and the 101 of Philip Chavez.
Yeah, they're all running pretty close together. Philip Chavez actually backed out a little bit, so they're not as close as where they were. We also have a good battle right now, at least between Leo Christensen and Ryan Lynch. Maybe you can expect Lynch to make a move coming into the bus stop. Let's see what he'll do. Looking at the speedometer, looks like Lynch is actually going a little bit faster on the straightaway. Got a little bit of a better run coming out of turn number 3. Just gently throw it in the bus stop. No big moves happening. I think they're all just waiting for that pit stop.
Yeah, I just saw Chris Sarton come out of one of the corners, and he turned his truck sideways, but gathered it up real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Did not lose any time. Actually, he gained some time. So he is putting some moves, and it looks like the 343 is a little bit out of shape. That's going to give Chris Essery the position as they come into the S turns. William Edison got a little bit out of shape after hitting the rumble strips coming out of turn 1.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. You know, these trucks, you know, it's not like driving, like, say, a GT car. You know, these things are heavy. They are tight. They'll find any reason really to spin around. You know, they're very sensitive on the throttle. And, you know, see, he's getting a little bit more loose as he goes into turn 5. I think after that happening, he's just going to be going a little bit more cautious. Just doesn't want to make a mistake that will cost him in the next couple of laps, but also keep an eye on, see if anyone's going to end up hitting, try to gain an advantage right before that stage break.
Well, don't look now, but Brandon Pierce is tracking these two down. So you have William Edison, you have Chris Essery, and the 38 is coming. Actually, I see William Edison pitting as of right now, so he is taking advantage of that pit like he was just talking about. So that's going to move Brandon Pierce up to the 3rd position, and he is going to track down Chris Essery, and he is only about 1.4 seconds back from him as Chris Sarton comes through the S's and about to hit the backstretch, headed towards the bus stop. We're going to go back a little bit into the field. We got a little bit of battle between the 25 of Nate Lynch and Dylan Glass. Sorry about that.
Yeah, good battle between Joe Lynch and Dylan Glass. 343 is coming out of his pit stall right now, so He is exiting the pits right now as the 24 is Sartine is in the middle of the pack, and we have a car spun. That is the 7 car. Bill Dart just looped it at the end of 1. And that'll put him at the tail end of the lead lap almost.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be careful. You definitely got to be careful, even though this is a big track. You do not want to get lapped, especially you already have Doug Pearson, which is, I believe, quite a few laps down. No, he's only 1 lap down, so you would actually have to catch Pierce to get the lucky dog spot if you got lapped. But looks like Cameron Sarton has taken command, and we're going to see that that stage break come here within the next lap or two.
Yeah, pit road has been closed, by the way. Pit road has been closed, and it seems like the only person that took advantage of that was the 343 of William Edison. So I'm surprised that some of the more backmarker cars didn't really give that a try. But yeah, he's the only one that managed to pit, so he should be coming out in first place once everything cycles through the pits, as the 30 is going to be thrown a lap down. That is Charles Siegel. And if things stay the way it is, I think he should be in contention for that lucky dog then.
I just saw Philip Chavez. He was coming out of turn 1, and he went way wide. He did a great job of keeping it off that outside wall, but he lost 2 positions to Travis Dart and Trey Jackson. You know, he was just way out of shape, but good job on getting that truck slowed down as the leader is coming through the S turns. This is the final lap of the stage, so we're going to see that yellow flag fly in less than half of a lap as Chris Sarton is coming down to the back straightaway. You have a little bit of a battle. Oh no, that's not a battle. That's actually somebody going a lap car. But Brandon Pierce is doing a great job of catching second place.
Yeah, the 10th place car just passed the line, so I think the caution is be coming out next time by. The 30 has just crashed in the dog leg.
Oh,
we're gonna take a look at what happened there. Ooh. Yeah, it's looked on my replay. He locked it up and slammed in the wall, so he's gonna have to get a little reset. He's really smashed up that rear end pretty bad.
And Chris Sarton is going to take the yellow for the stage. So he is the winner of the stage. Oh, the caution was going to come out, but it has not come out. Well, he is coming through the bus stop, and he there it is. There it is. All right. So there is our stage break, and there is Chris Sarton, and we know his grandma is out there, Miss Rita. We know she is out there watching, cheering him on. He is doing a great job. He is dominating this field right now. You know, as we said before, we saw the 333 pit before the stage break, so that might cycle him back to the lead. But I don't know if he's got anything to keep Sarton at bay.
Well, I think if the one benefit to him is, yeah, his tires are going to be slightly older, but if he can run some strategy, he might be able to just keep him at least behind for a little bit. Not sure if he's going to be able to hold him off, but if he can just hold him up for maybe a couple laps, you know, that can benefit him if he decides to maybe short pit or something like that. Just, you want to wear him out, especially because you are going to have the older tires. So let's find out where that pace car is. Leader has caught up with the pace car at the top of 3.
All right. Well, we are going to track down Mr. Cameron Sarton since we have quite a bit of time to get around this track at the speeds they are going. So we're going to bring him in the booth and talk to him and let him say hi to Grandma. Cameron, this is Richard and Jeremy and Joe up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, I do. What's going on?
Well, man, it looks like you're, trying to take this one home tonight. You got Grandma out there watching. She's out there rooting you on. Tell us how you're feeling. Tell us how your truck is doing.
Hi, Mimi. How you doing? We're doing pretty good here. I'm just chilling. So I got a fast little hot rod, and I don't know. I guess I like Wagon's Glen. I guess it's one of my favorite tracks. But yeah, we're just having fun.
Well, if you're just chilling, I'd hate to see when you're actually driving, because you're pretty darn fast. You checked out, from everybody. You were up to almost a 5-second lead over Essery. And then we saw you break a little bit loose, going into turn 10, I think that is. And you gathered it back up. But, man, you're fast. So we wish you luck tonight.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. We'll hopefully get in track position, stay up front here.
All right, well, good luck with your pit stop and good luck with the race, man.
Thank you.
Well, coming down pit road, we got pretty much everybody. It looks like just William Edison staying out, so that means the 30 will be getting a wave around. And the only person that will look to be a lap down will be Doug Pierce, and because Edison's the only one that pitted before the stage break, he will inherit the lead, and Brian will not get a wave around. So he'll be the only car one lap down. So let's take a look at the race off pit road. And Sarton will win the race off pit road, followed by the 38 of Brian Pierce, the 1 of Essery, the 22 of Stitz, and the 13 of John Dart.
Yeah, as we said before, that 333 did stay out, so he is going to be your leader. But look at the 7 of Bill Dart. He is up 15 positions from where he started. So as of right now, he is the biggest mover of the race. Even though it was under pit cycles, that's still, pretty good way to make up with some positions. And then that puts Cameron, fighting a little bit of traffic to get back up to the front. So he's got 3 trucks that he's got to pass to get back there in the first position. Brandon Pierce, we saw him. He's got a fast truck also in his number 38 Ford, and Chris Essery in that one monster Ford. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race because we know those 3 guys are very fast. We're going to see what they can do with all of them bunched up together.
One thing I did notice is that the 7 car of Bill Dart did not come down pit road. He was running in 18th at the time, so he is going to be on pretty worn tires, so we'll see how he competes with everybody else. Maybe he's trying to make some sort of strategy move later on in the race. Never mind.
He's
He
going
is coming down right now.
Yeah.
And
that could have been one of those things where he may have missed his pit box, which he is going to be black flag, and then he's probably going to have to start at the tail end of the field.
Yeah, he didn't miss his pit box. He just didn't go down pit road when he went in there. Well, we got a long pace lap, so how about a little bit of a quiz question? Got an interesting one for y'all today. Actually, 2 and 1. How about that? So, in the Truck Series, there's only been 6 races ran. Which driver is the only one to win it twice, and which driver also was the only one to win from a spot not 1 or 2?
I think I might have to have Siri to help me out with that one because I don't know.
Who won it twice? And who is the other driver that was the only one to not win from the first or second position?
Is this Truck Series or
Truck
is this?
Series.
Oh, you got me because I haven't really watched the Truck Series. The only Truck Series I have been watching is iRacing Truck Series.
We'll give them until about halfway down the straightaway between 5 and 6 to take care of that. No, no Dales.
Jabroni, we appreciate that sub, man. We appreciate everybody that's out there watching this race, and we'd love to have y'all here with us. We love interacting with y'all, so keep it up. Like, share, follow, subscribe if you can. It definitely helps us and the channel out.
All right, well, real quick before we get back to green, the answer is Ron Fellows won twice, 1997 and 1999. The only person to win not starting first or second is Ron Hornaday in 1996, the first ever truck racer.
All right, getting ready to go back green. We have Burchett and Edison at the front. And Edison takes off like a rocket. He wants to get to turn one before anybody else. He doesn't want to take a chance of anybody running into the back of him, and he's going to dive it down to turn one. Now, we saw him get out of shape, going into turn one at one time, but he managed to get it down this time. Looks like he is going to break out to almost a second lead over Burchett, and looks like Sarton is falling back to about a second. He looks like he's got his hands full with Burchett. And looks like we got a wreck. Curtis Ecker. No. And he is blocking the road. Tough break. That truck may make it back around. And let me see where the leaders are. It looks like they're coming down the backstretch, getting ready to come to the.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron Sarton, my question is how long is he going to be patient with that 4 and that 343? He knows he's faster than them, but, he doesn't want to be making any silly mistakes that'll take him out of contention. So we'll see how long he's willing to sit behind these two before he's willing to get on the gas as they head back into turn one.
Well, as he said in his little in-car interview, he is just sitting back chilling. So I don't think he's worried about that top position as of right now, because he knows he can get around them when the time is right, and he's going to wait for that good correct moment to take those positions back. But looks like William is trying to break away a little bit further now.
He's definitely been a little bit easy on that 4 car, because we saw from his hood cam actually that the 4 got a little bit loose coming out of 1, and he didn't really do anything with it. 19 heading down pit road, by the way, but he has a good run on the 4 right now at Berchet, so he might be able to make something work if he wants to squeeze it down into 6. And we'll just kind of fake around, just trying to put a little bit of pressure on him, see if we can force him into a mistake. And now he's going to dive it right down inside into 7, get a little loose, not be able to complete the pass. He's still loose off of 7 as they're going to try to maybe go back to 1.
Four and 24 are still going at it as they go down to turn 1. Sarton is still waiting for that 4 to make another mistake so he can try to capitalize and take that position away. But here comes Brandon Pierce. He is going to try to play too. He wants some real estate. He has a fast truck, and he's putting a lot of pressure on Cameron Sarton. So will the 38 make Cameron make a mistake? Hopefully not, because we've seen him, have a dominant truck, and they are all running down the 343.
Yeah, the thing with Cameron right now is he doesn't want to have a case of, I'm going to get past because of the guy in front of me. I'm pretty sure he knows that he can get ahead of Brian, but he just doesn't want him to hold him up to a point where he's going to be getting passed by a car behind him that he knows he's able to outrun. So I think right now he's just chilling, but if it comes down to a point, I think he might be like, all right, I can't be dealing with this guy anymore because I'm going to get past because of it. So we'll see how long it takes him to get. Oh, big loose out coming out of 7, but he's going to be making another move toward you, Richard.
All right, another truck we're keeping an eye on is Chris Essery. He has a win up underneath his belt, and he is up there in that top 5. He's looking to get a piece of the action also, as Brandon Pierce, Cameron Sarton, and William Edison are all going at it.
Edison got huge loose, and he's in second now.
And that's going to give the lead up to the 4 truck of Burchett. Edison still riding in that second position. Cameron right behind him, and as they're going into the bus stop.
Yeah, that 343 driving real hard right now. He got really loose coming into 1, and looked like he was going to try to dive bomb a little bit in that dog leg, but it didn't happen. The 4 goes really wide, so he's going to have a good entrance coming out. And you see that 24 going wide out of 5. He is going to get the inside for this turn number 6. And the 343 locks it up, and he'll almost take the 4 with him. He's into the sand trap, and the 24 is going to try to capitalize that off of him as well. And little bump into the 4. Sartin will take the lead as we go down the front straightaway.
Side by
Pierce
side.
is going to try to make it 3 wide.
Yeah, side by side as they come across the finish line. They are 2 deep side by side. You got the 1, you got the 4, you got the 24, and you got the 38 all up in the mix. And Sarton gets a little bit loose coming out of turn 1 as they go into the S turns. The 4 is still in command as of right now. The 38 is looking like he wants that second position as they come through the S turns. The 38 also has the 1 hot on his trails, but the 22 is starting to come into the picture. He is now moved up to 5th position. He has caught everybody due to all the battles going on up front.
Yeah, the 343 as well. He lost quite a few positions. He's in the 7th place right now. But another big mover we're seeing here is Dylan Glass, too. Up 6 positions from where he qualified in that 9th spot. So, big scare for about the top 3. And I think they're just chilling it for a little bit. They probably heated up their tires a little bit more than want to. So, chill for a little bit. And we see a good amount of damage on the 4 car as well on that right side of the truck. I'm sure you will get a nice picture of that.
Yeah, even though he may have a little bit of right side damage, it's not affecting the handling as you would think. Yeah, he does look like he has a little bit of a rub as he gets a loose coming out of turn 1. He took it a little bit wide, got on the rumble strips and got it loose, and that closed the gap between him and Sarton. And the 38 is all over the back bumper of Sarton. So you have Burchett, Sarton, Pierce, and Essery all fighting for the same real estate. And another one coming into the picture is Cole in that number 42. He's up 4 positions from where he started, coming through the dog leg as the leaders are coming out of the dog leg.
Yeah, that 4 car, he actually got loose and hit the wall as he went into the dog leg. He has more damage on both sides now. So, I don't know. You got to be careful because the way he drove in there, he got just a little bit in that wall. So he's definitely feeling the pressure right now from Cameron. But, Pierce, I'm wondering, here's my question with Sarton. Is he sandbagging just a little bit, trying to save himself? Or is he trying to push him real hard right now? And you see the 4 is going to be defending and then coming back up as we go back into turn 1.
Yeah, he was definitely defending that inside line, trying to break a little bit of draft that you do get. He goes wide, so he's going to have a pretty good corner off as they go through the S turns. Sarton lost a little bit of ground on that, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to make it up really quick once they come out of the S turns due to, like I said, the little bit of draft that you do get. Brandon Pierce running very well in that 3rd position. He's up 2 positions as they come through the dog leg. Somebody is waiting for somebody to make a mistake so they can take that real estate away from him.
I don't know if you saw that, but Sarton got extremely loose as we came into the bus stop. But also, Chris Essery now going to be getting a little bit closer to Brandon Pierce. He may be trying to make the move coming into turn number 6. Chris Essery staying content as we go back into turn number 6. Everybody a lot closer than we were in that first stage. We're keeping the top 6 within 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, still running nose to tail. The top 5 and 6 not too far behind. You have William Edison. You know, he's still riding back there in the 7th position. We know he has a fast truck, but he is on 2 or 3 lap older tires than everybody else. So that could be affecting the handling of that truck compared to everybody else. Dylan Glass, like you said, is up 6 positions from where he started in that Pepsi number 16, as we saw him get a little bit loose from hitting the rumble strips. So good run as he's getting a challenge from John Dart as they go through the S's. When he comes out, John might be able to take away this position from him.
And the 4 is off track, and he has given up the lead. Got a little bit loose. He's now fallen back to 6, gotten a little bit of contact with the 22. This actually started at the bottom of 1. The 4 car is now back to 6, finally worn out by Sartin. And here's my question. Is this where Sartin is going to start to run away now? Or are we in for a little bit more saving? So that will rearrange our top 5 now. We got Pierce, Essery, Stitz, and Sacchetti. Top 5.
Well, he has broken out to a 1.1 second lead over Pierce, but Pierce is closing the gap real quick. It's already down to 1 second as they come out of turn 1. Pierce is coming. I think he knows he has a fast truck. Maybe Pierce was sandbagging just a little bit, or Cameron used up his truck trying to get around that 4. It's just very hard to tell. You know, they're about 12 laps on their tires, and we are now halfway through the race. So it's definitely going to be interesting as they're coming into the dog race or the bus stop.
Well, if I'm thinking strategy right now, if we're only going to be doing 1 pit stop, so if they stopped at lap, let's say we didn't get back to green until 15, so we're thinking maybe pit around lap, 32, 33 if we're trying to even it out. They should have enough fuel, if I'm not mistaken, so maybe we'll be expecting pit stops in the next 7 or 8 laps or so. 2 is down pit road, Ryan Lynch. So he is going to be going a lap down, and we're keeping about the same distance between Sartin and Pierce.
Yeah, looks like the 4 is down pit road also. So we're starting to see green flag pit stops, and the top 3 still close together within 2 seconds of each other. You have a pretty good battle. I'm sorry, that was a lap down car, and that was the 2 coming out of pits. So coming down to the bus stop, Cameron Sartin is still in command with the 38 in chase.
Yeah, I'm looking at his lap times right now, and he's still running he's running faster than he was when he was behind that 4 car, so he's definitely able to turn it up just a little bit more. But I would say the same would probably be for Pierce as well. They're able to break away a little bit more, so it's probably going to be a battle between these 2 for foreseeable future. Right now, a little bit loose in the 6, but manages to correct it. And Pierce lost even more time. He went really, really wide in the 6. All right, well, anyway, looking at some battles here. We got Dart, he just made a pass on Edison. And Essery just fell back quite a bit. He is in the pits right now. We got Edison in the pits right now as well. So got some top guys starting to pit. Essery makes sense for him. He was a little bit older tires. So with 24 laps to go, I don't know if we're going to be seeing another pit stop. I think this could be the last of the green flag pit stops. I don't know if they'll be able to make it another 24 unless they're having smaller fuel. So Essery off pit road and Edison as well. That will put them in 12th and 13th.
Well, Joe, you said something about their pit stops, and what they've been running, it's going to be green flag. They stretched it out to 14 before they really had the pit. I got the stage break, so you're looking at about 17, maybe 18 laps per pit stop. So they're going to have to save a lot of it, 4 or 5 laps short if they keep it green the whole time.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Cameron Sarton. I want to see what these leaders do, because the other thing you want to keep a note of is, it doesn't seem like tire fall off is hitting them too hard. Cameron's best lap was a 14.4, and he's just ran a 15.4, so I don't think tire fall off's at least going to be too big of a factor right now, but fuel is definitely going to be an issue. But if they can stretch it out where they only need to hit pit road once, I think that's probably going to be the more ideal solution for them, as he's extended his lead to 2.5 as we go into number 5.
All right, and Mr. Campbell out there let us know they're good on fuel. Full fuel runs about 27-ish laps, so it's coming down to driving and tires now, it seems like.
So if they're pitting that early, that's kind of interesting, because I don't know if I'd want to be running on 27 lap old tires at the end. So I don't know if I'd agree with maybe pitting, at least right now, like a few of these guys did. But Lynch and Medlin going to be battling for 8th and 9th. Right on the bumper, Andrew, is of Nate Lynch.
Yeah, Medlin's made a big turnaround considering that first lap, first turn throwdown they had. So he's redeemed himself pretty good, getting up to the top 10 right now. So I'm pretty good to go.
Yeah, Medlin has a good run into turn number 1 and is going to dive bomb it. He is not even going to be contested. Right to 7th place now as they just passed the car on pit road. That is the 42 of Chris Essery. So got some good movement in the back of the pack, although they are 27 seconds off the leader. Looks like Trey Jackson's going to fall back a little bit as well. So maybe he'll be a picking in a lap or two. As Cameron's going to be running in the lap traffic pretty soon.
Well, Boogie Ryan sitting back in the 19th position.
Yeah, Ryan's in 19th right now. Looking at one big mover though, and it's by a long shot. Dylan Glass. That 16 truck is in 4th position right now. He is only 20 seconds off the leader, so it's been a good day for Dylan. Didn't qualify that great, but he's managing to keep it pretty well.
Well, I pick Dylan usually every week as far as him being my go-to pick. Him and Cameron I picked there for a while, and it just gets to where when I pick them, it just don't work out for him, so I quit picking them. Richard didn't have his pick in the field tonight, as usual. The kids' baseball ran a little bit late, so Ken's watching and not racing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the... Oh, no. Well, talk about someone, and we curse him. So there goes Dylan Glass. He just lost it in the dog leg, and he's going to drop back down to 5th position, scuff up those tires a little bit. But what it looks like is what I predicted, at least, is that these leaders are going to be staying out and probably half of their tires. So I wonder if Dylan's going to come in now, because he's scuffed up those tires a little bit. So let's see if he'll come down pit road. 22 down pit road right now. That is the Chris Stitz machine. He is in 3rd. And as I predicted, yep, Dylan Glass down pit road. So he'll sacrifice the 5th position, and we'll see where he comes out once everyone gets through their pit stops.
All right, sorry about that, fellas. I am back. Hypoglycemia is a pain in the rear end.
Sounds like it.
Oh, yeah. Hit you at the worst times ever, but we're still looking at our leader. The leader has checked out 2.6 seconds ahead of everybody. John Dart is 23 seconds back, but we're still going to be looking for this leader to pit as he is coming to turn 7.
Yeah, what it's been looking like is about half the lead lap cars have pitted and about half haven't. So you've missed some of my favorite part of the race, which is the pit stops. Too bad we can't see everybody's guys going over and changing their tires in this game, but wouldn't that be cool? But yeah, Cameron looking real good. I think if he can just maintain what he's doing right now, and once he gets those fresh tires, he's going to be, pretty much full on. He doesn't have to really worry about battling anybody. So he's in a good position right now. Same here with Brandon Pierce. It's just them two. The closest car right now, at least for them, is 23 seconds off. But we'll see how that all kind of funnels through with all the pit stops, because we know half of the cars have not pitted yet.
Yeah, you're right about that. And if Cameron can pull this off, he will be the 5th winner of the season so far. So pretty much every race we've had a different winner. Nobody has went 2 for 2. So it's definitely going to be a good night if he can get the win and make up some of those points.
Yeah, we got 14 cars in the lead lap right now, so the caution at this point would not be good for some of these guys, but everyone's pretty much keeping to themselves right now. Not many big battles right now, but I am seeing a pretty good battle right now between Nate Lynch and Chris Essery, as he is going to just give up that position. Chris Essery's going to go right on by in turn number 5.
There's also another battle going on, or starting to heat up between Trey Jackson and Andrew Medlin. Andrew Medlin started towards the back of the pack, and he is up to the 5th position. So what a great run by him, and he's working on the 4th place of Trey Jackson as they're coming out of turn 7.
Yep,
and they are making a pit.
So let's see who will win the battle off pit road, but what else have we got going on here? Looks like Edison and Stitz are going side by side right down to turn 1. Chris Stitz has the inside lane, so he should have the ability. He's going to get crossed over a little bit, and no challenge. So Chris Stitz going to take the 5 position away from Edison.
Burchett right behind those two. He got majorly loose coming out of turn 2. He was up on the apron, across the rumble strips, and he was sideways, but he was able to gather it up and keep that truck rolling. But that was a good save by him, because that could have been, him running really as well as he is. That could have been costly to him, as we see our current leader actually in the pits right now. And that turned the lead over to Brandon Pierce.
Yeah, Cameron's starting in the pits, so going to be keeping an eye on him, see where he'll end up. It'll help us to see who has not pitted, too. So I think he'll probably come out in about 3rd or 4th. He's just gotten passed by a Dart, and Essery is coming up on him as well right now. So, yeah, it looks like he'll probably funnel out of the pits around 5th or 4th. Yeah, he's going to beat that 22 out pretty handily, so Sarton's going to be coming out in 4th position out of the pits. Just be careful on those tires, man, because cold tires, and they'll find every excuse to throw you around, so just be careful on those cold tires there.
Yeah, especially going through the S-turns. That truck coming up that hill, that truck gets really loose, and Cameron, he is coming. He's going to be caught up to Essery in no time at all on those newer tires. But I think Essery can hold him off for a little bit, as I just saw him jump the rumble strips.
Yeah, jumped it, mowed the grass just a little bit, free lawnmower service. And I would expect that, yep, Brandon Pierce down pit road. So we're going to be seeing who's going to be winning the race off pit road for this. Pierce is about to hit his stall, as Cameron is in the turn number 6.
So if John Dart does not pit, that means he is going to be the current leader as he passes Brandon Pierce right now, and that's going to turn over the 2nd place position to Chris Essery, and then Cameron's going to take over the 3rd position possibly. Going into the S turns, Looks like a lap car. Who is that? The 7 of Bill Dart? Yeah, Bill Dart is trying to get his lap back the hard way.
Yeah, Cameron lost a lot of time on pit road. He was about 2.5 back. Now he's almost 5 back. On those cold tires, I think Chris Stitz, he's going to want to just try to get ahead of him while his tires are still cold. Bus stop. Let's see if he'll try to make a move. He fired in just a little bit. See the rear end kind of coming around just a little, but not really enough to make any sort of move. So Dart is your leader for now.
Essery is coming. I'm watching this time tick down slowly but surely, and so is Sarton. They are closing that gap pretty quick in every lap. They have 16 laps to go as Bill Dart got a little bit sideways coming out of turn 7. And now they're going into turn 1, and Essery has cut that lead down to 3.8 seconds. So they're coming quick.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pit strategy right now. So Dart has not pitted. Essery has 9 laps on his tires. Sarton has 2 laps on his tires, and Pierce has 1 lap on his tires. And the rest of the people behind him, Stitch has 5, Edison 9, Berchet 10, Sachet 7. So I don't know if the strategy moves are going to play off for them because, Dart still needs a pit, but I think Essery might be able to make it to the end.
Yeah, he might be able to make it on those tires, but he does not have a lot of time to, make up some ground. He's only got 15 laps, and Sarton has already closed that gap. He is less than a second back from the 1. So is he going to be able to hold off Cameron long enough for him to eat up those new tires? I don't believe he will.
Yeah, we just saw the 7 get passed, going a lap down. That is Bill Dart. So
the leader is in pits now.
Yeah, we see John Dart coming down pit road. So that'll put Essery in the lead. And, he has about 7-8 more laps on those tires than Sarton. And Sarton has been running real good today. So I'd expect him to get past him very soon.
Now with 14 to go, Sarton has caught back up to Essery, but they still have a little ways back before you meet third place of Brandon Pierce. Brandon Pierce is carrying a lot of momentum coming into this race also. He has a win under his belt, so he wants to go for 2, but I don't think anybody has anything for Cameron.
Yeah, look, Cameron just gained a whole lot of speed going through the dog leg. But you see Essery's just going so slow through the corner. He is taking his time and just throwing it out the window. He lost over half a second just in turn 5. So, Sarton, you can't really be waiting too long behind Chris because Chris, he just cost you half a second. So he's going to want to hurry up there and get on his horse and get a pass. And I think he might be trying to get down into 1 and do that. And there's a car spun on the front straightaway. Oh, they just missed. The 32 was spun out on the front straightaway.
That is amazing that no caution was brought out, considering the track was almost blocked. He did get out the way real quick. He damaged his truck trying to get out the way. So good job by those guys, by the awareness. And, back up front, it looks like these two are just pretty much riding it out. They're not really battling, but Sarton is right on the back bumper. I think he's just trying to make a mistake, and he's going to take that position. And he makes the move going into the bus stop. He goes in there hot, but slows that hot rod down to get through the bus stop and go into the dog leg.
Yeah, Chris just doesn't have the tires to compete with him right now. Those old tires, they matter a lot, and, Sarton found the right place to do it. He can't be afforded to slow him down, even though he has a 5-second gap to play with. One mistake and that 5-second gap can be taken away in an instant. So good on him to get around him when it was possible.
Small little battles starting to heat up for the 5th and 6th position. You got the 42 of Shetty and Burchett. They're going to be battling out. Oh, there's a truck turning around.
Yeah, that is Bill Dart. Bill Dart turned around.
Bill Dart was turned around between 6th and 7th, but this little battle is going to be taking place for the 6th and 7th position. And it looks like Mark Essery is showing me Mark Essery has crashed again.
Yeah, ooh. Yeah, get on the replay. The 7 just tapped Mark as he was getting out of his spin.
Oh,
So,
my
yeah,
goodness.
Unfortunate.
Oh, and the 2 just barely missed him. Had to make an evasive maneuver, but he was able to get around.
Yeah, looking at some battles right now. Brochet and Searche, I hope I'm not saying that too wrong, but looks like they're going to be hitting each other pretty soon. You know, Brochet has 3-lap older tires, so I can see that becoming a factor if he hasn't been treating them that well. The 42 gaining about a couple tenths a lap on him. Going to be trying to get that 6th position. Edison right now in the 5th position, trying to see maybe if he can get an extra position or 2, maybe get a top 4 out of that, because unfortunate, because he got a lot of time costed him when he got loose earlier.
You know, a truck that we have not talked about, you know, talking about these battles going on up front, you know, is Sam Siegel. Siegel has started dead last. He is up 9 positions from where he started. He is the biggest mover of the race as of right now. You know, running in that 13th spot. He has nobody to battle, but that could all change as we see people getting loose and trying to drive the truck even harder with 10 laps to go. So there is a chance that he can make up, you know, some positions with all that going on. But you know, good run by him. You know, hanging on to a top 15.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good today, you know, just taking it easy. No real trouble getting into him, and you know, we got to keep an eye on Brandon Pierce though, because he is getting a little bit in the Sarton's lead. He took a 5-second lead down to 3.5, as Sarton's going to be dealing with some lap traffic right now. He's going to be dealing with the 6th car of Travis Start.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are very respectful, and they are just going to allow the leader to pass. They're going to put up a little bit of fight, but not a lot. They're not going to put anybody in jeopardy. They'd rather just give them the position than do that. But he was able to get by with no problems, and here comes Chris Essery. He is going to try to make that same move, see if Mr. Dart will let him by. And I believe he will, but that's going to allow Brandon Pierce to close that gap even closer.
Yeah, Brandon Pierce is on his horse right now. He is moving. He's chopped that lead he had by about 40%, and I think he just wants to get around Essery and this lap car as fast as possible. You know, you got 9 laps to go. You have time, but all the time matters, and you know, being held up by just that little bit by some cars that you know are slower than you, that can definitely cost you later on.
Well, he was able to get around that lap car, and now he's going to be able to work on the bumper of Chris Essery riding in that 2nd position. Like you said before, Chris Essery is on older tires, so let's see how well he can hold off the 38, which is coming out of that corner like he was shot out of a cannon coming into the S turns.
Yeah, Essery gave him a little block in the S's, and it really messed up his momentum. He was going to have a good run through those S's, but had to brake check for Essery, and I think now it's going to be, well, you know what, you messed up my S's, I got to get around you now. He's going to go straight in there for the bus stop, and no challenge, just right straight through, and now here's the time. You know, you got 9 laps to go, coming up on 8 to go right now. 3.5 seconds. Do what you can.
Sarton put a little bit of gap on them as, you know, they were making their position changes, so he is back up to 3.2 seconds away from Pierce. But like you said, 9 laps to go. That's still quite a few miles. So he has enough time as he's coming up on the 39, but 39 is just going to get out of the way. So is that going to allow Cameron to extend his lead? We'll see what that 39 does for for Brandon Pierce. See if he's going to allow the same courtesy as he is coming out of turn 1.
Yeah, he's just pulling off straight down to the bottom. So, yeah, doesn't want to get in the way of the leaders. So, I think the thing is that I'm going to take a look at these lap times that they're running. So, let's see. So, the last lap, was ran by Brandon Pierce was a 15.338. And the last one ran by Cameron was a 14.9. So, Brandon is a little slower than him right now, but now that there's no traffic, I think he may be able to get that boosted up just a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting finish as the laps are closing out. Cameron is a little bit faster, but, it's really about how you can get in and out of the turn, as we can see that distance whittling down just a little bit, but it's also extending depending on which turn they're coming out of, because one is a little bit better than the other in certain turns. So it's a little bit of give and take as of right now with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, we got decent battles still happening between Berchet in the 4 and Sachet in the 42. And Ryan Lynch has crashed.
Well, Mixed Stallion Gaming, we appreciate the raid of 6, and we appreciate all the people that are joining us. Definitely like, share, follow, and rate us. We love it. Bring it on. Watching a really good battles, really good race here at Watkins Glen. Lap traffic at the Glen.
Yeah, we're getting that lap traffic now. We didn't get a lot of it earlier, but now we're definitely getting some lap traffic. Next victim is going to be the 48. That's going to be Sam Siegel, still our biggest mover. Up 9 places. He's in 13th right now and is just going to let Cameron right on by.
Well, here comes Pierce. He has dropped down that lead to 2.7 seconds now, as he is going to be catching that 48 truck, and I believe the 48 truck is going to just let him on by. He's coming.
Yeah, we got Takus in the chat. Look at Stitz with a top 5 going on. Yeah, he's going on pretty good. He's in top 4 right now. Chris is on the front straightaway right now. He has about a 2-second lead on Edison, so we'll see if he'll be able to hang on to that. But he should be able to hang on to that top 5, considering nothing major happens.
Keep a close eye on these times. Pierce is coming. He is 2.4 seconds away from Sarton. Nobody in sight to challenge them for their positions. Actually, it just as he was coming through the bus stop, he did gain a little bit of position, so he almost 3 seconds. Edison in the wall.
Ooh, he just reset. Edison just reset the car, and ooh, he got stuck on the wall. He got bungeed right there.
Got loose coming through the S's, and we've talked about that before. Oh my goodness. We've talked about that before, that the S turns will get your truck loose as you're coming up that hill.
All right, just came across the line. So we got a 1:15.1 in there for Cameron, and for Brandon, we just got a 1:14.8. So he's chopping off about 0.3 a lap. But with 5 laps to go, I don't think that'll be enough.
Yeah, he is driving it really hard. I saw him coming out of turn 7, and he was pretty much sideways, but he was still making good time. But like you said, with 5 laps to go, I mean, that's about 6 miles. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it 2.7 seconds back unless Cameron makes a big mistake. There's not much he can do to catch Cameron.
Yeah, you see that 38 just dove it in, almost hit the 0 car, or what car was it? What car number was that? The 101 car, my bad, of Chavez. Yeah, he almost got right in the back of him in the bus stop. That cost him at least a couple of tenths. Just going way slow through the bus stop. So 3 seconds still the gap. And Cameron, I think you got this, man. Just keep it cool for 4 more laps. You got this. And he should be able to get his first win this season.
Well, looking back into the top 5, Colt Cole Shetty was able to make the move on Brian Burchett. And so top 5 has shaken up a little bit with the 42 in in the top 5 now.
Thanks for the chat, Douglas Hoop TD. Yeah, he has had a lot of trouble today, but still managed to get a good run out of it. A little bit down from where he started, but 6th position, you can't be too mad about that, especially since you've been getting banged around a little bit today. Not sure if he'll be able to get that top 5 back. Might have 1 or 2 more chances on Cole, but no matter what happens, you're 20 seconds ahead of your nearest competitor, and wow, 42 just got his nose chopped off by a lap car.
That's never a good thing. That's a good way to get yourself turned around when you do that. But right back up front, nothing has really changed. The lead is still 3 seconds ahead of Pierce, so Cameron is doing his damnedest to keep that lead and not allow Pierce to catch him. With Essery about 10 seconds back from Pierce, like I said, these guys don't have a challenge from anybody as far as position goes.
Yeah, we're at a point now where
30 was around in turn 1 as the leader was going by.
Yeah, that's always a little bit scary when you're leading the race with a couple laps to go and something like that happens. But yeah, everyone's pretty good. I don't expect Chris Essery to be making crazy moves. You're 7 seconds behind one guy and 10 ahead of the other. So the only move I can really see happening that'll be pretty big would probably between Sachet and Berchet. 1 second between them as the 2-car going to be going another lap down.
Doug Pierce actually spun out just before the bus stop and he hit that inside wall. He locked up the tires and hit that inside wall right in front of, I believe that was Trey Jackson. Yeah, that group of cars there. He spun out right in front of them, but he hit that reset button and just had his car towed to get out of their way.
Got a bunch of lap cars coming up here to start in. I don't think they should be a factor, but we ain't going to be mailing postcards out to Grandma until he gets across that line. I mean, he is in his own area right now. Got a little loose in the 1. Come on, man. You got to mail them postcards. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, Chris has
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, he can mail her postcards if he wants. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
my grandma was everybody's grandma.
Yeah. But hey, I mean, Chris Essery, still running 3rd. You can mail out some postcards. He ain't near anyone right now.
Well, he has whittled it down to 2.7 seconds with, less than 2 laps to go. Still not enough time, which Brandon Pierce is working on lap traffic also. So, not enough time. We're coming down to the final lap as the leader comes in turn 6 and into turn 7. He's going to take the white flag.
Yes, he will.
And I believe this race will be his, as he is going to be working on the 25. The 25 will be the next truck to go 1 lap down. That's going to be Nate Lynch. Oh,
yeah, white flag just been taken, and Cameron got 1 lap to go. 7 got a little bit loose. I bet he just had his heart jump for a second. As we're going to go up to the S's for the final time. And it's been a great race for Cameron. He's led the majority of the laps today. And great day for him at Watkins Glen.
Nine cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap is Trey Jackson, and he is just in front of the leader. He's probably going to just let the leader right on by.
Well, he ain't really pushing that hard either. He got a 3.5 second gap, so just bring it home. No need to do anything crazy.
Well, looks like we're going to be talking to Cameron Sarton, Brandon Pierce, and Chris Essery.
Yeah.
Chris Stitz is most likely going to bring home the 4th position, and Cole Shetty, pretty good run for him. He is up 5 positions from where he started. truck is a little bit banged up, but not a bad run.
Cameron Thornton wiggling down the front straightaway. He'll take the win in the checkered flag. Let's throw it up to 42 real quick to see the end of the race for them. They're the closest ones right now.
Yeah, I am riding with him. He is trying to work on Mr. Travis Dart, trying to get around him. And he is going to be able to take home his top 5 position.
Ryan Lynch and Paul Christensen have crashed.
Oh, the 22 got loose coming out of the turn. Well, the biggest mover of the night is still going to be Sam Siegel. He was up 10 positions in that 48. So, good job. Starting dead last, still pulling the top 15. He finished in 12th position. So, good job by him. Keeping it clean and just basically riding.
Yeah, another good mover today was Cole Shetty, up 5 positions. And, Brian Brachet got in a decent amount of incidents today, but, able to bring the truck home 6th. So, pretty good finish for him as well. Brandon
Tough
Pierce.
break for William Edison. He finished 12 spots down from where he started, so that was a tough break for him.
Yeah, he was running really good. I think he could have had a shot at it, definitely, but he just got bit in the wrong place. Unfortunately, he was running good though all day until he had his incidents.
Well, for the Chris Essery fans out there, he did not bring home the win, but he did bring home a podium, top 3. That is not a bad job at all. Gave it his all, definitely tried to work it out on strategy, but did not play out the way he wanted to, but still a good position to finish in, especially for those points. So just give us a moment. We will bring our top 3 in and see how they feel. All right. Mr. Cameron, this is Richard and Joe and Jeremy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got y'all.
Man, you ran a really great race. You pretty much dominated the whole thing. You started back in 3rd or 4th position, after that stage break, and you had to work around those guys to get back up to the front, and then you just dominated again. Man, walk us through that. You made it look so easy.
Yeah, I knew I had the better tires there out of the break, so I was kind of just chilling, trying to make some moves here and there. But I knew they would kind of burn their stuff up pretty fast and just waiting for their mistakes, which happened. So didn't try to save my stuff a little bit, got a little aggressive a little bit, but at the end of the day, I knew if I could just get around them and kind of get a little bit of a lead. And Chris, I think, put it a little earlier than I suspected. So I was like, if I can just pull away here, he's going to be in traffic, and we're going to kind of match lap times for a little bit toward the end of his run. But got her done finally. Finally put a whole race together.
Well, you did. 5 races, 5 different winners. Nobody has went 2 for 2 yet. Man, we're hoping that you can put on another good show next week. Great run tonight, and the floor is yours to give out those shout outs.
Hopefully we carry it in next week. Got good momentum. But yeah, shout out to the boys at Lap Traffic Podcast for the sponsorship. Appreciate all they do. Go check them out. Shout out to dad, mom watching, wife, dog bunker at home, and we'll see you boys next Tuesday night. Hopefully we can put another one together like tonight.
Well, we absolutely look forward to seeing it.
Well, Cameron, I do have a bone to pick with you. I've picked you every week, and the one week I didn't pick you is the week you won.
Hey, just keep on picking someone else then, if that's what it takes. We'll do a little superstition in here. Works for me.
Well, hey, at least we didn't commentator curse you today, so.
Well, I appreciate it.
Usually happens, but not tonight. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. We're going to let you go back down and celebrate, and we will catch you next week.
All good. Thanks, boys. Thanks for doing it.
Not a problem, man.
I got me a question there from Brandon.
All right.
Brandon, this is. Did they just leave?
No.
No.
You said? I was about to say, did you forget your name?
Yeah, this is Joe, Richard, and Jeremy up in the booth. You got us.
I got you loud and clear. How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty good. We noticed that you were pretty close all day, and then the pit stop happened. What happened with the pit stop? Because I noticed you lost about 5 seconds in the pits.
Yeah, well, I knew pitting the lap after him, I was going to lose second and a half just on pace alone, but I slid through my box by a couple of inches. So that cost me a couple of seconds. Not sure it would have mattered at the end, but it probably would have been close enough to at least make him think about what he was doing.
All right. How was running with the cars that were lapped down, or we're trying to fight for the win, but we're definitely on those older tires like Chris Essery, because he pitted a long time before both of you did.
Yeah, I think he saw how hard it was for us on fresh tires there at the start of the second stage and went for the undercut to get out in front, but I think it was just too early. The old tires, but I mean, all night everybody was real smart, had their, head on, were paying attention, very predictable, so it made it very easy to negotiate the traffic with, the people that were slower. And racing with the guys that were on pace, I mean, was a lot of fun. Most of these guys are really good at what they do and makes for really good racing.
All right, Richard, you got anything for him?
No, what a great finish, man. We thought you were going to catch him at one point, and lap traffic happened, and y'all were just driving it so hard that you weren't able to get there. But still, a great run, and you're welcome to give out those shout outs. You earned it.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head. I was catching them, but I was driving it real hard, and I burned up my tires there at the end and just couldn't quite get to them. But shout out to the Lap Traffic podcast for sponsoring the race, allowing us to do what we do, and you guys to broadcast it. Stan Analyzer, Triad Racing, and Susan Media, my personal sponsors, and Cold Dead Fingers, great teammates, real positive in the chat, allowing us to keep the train rolling.
Well, awesome. Well, we hope to see you running up front next week as we are at Texas. So put that
You,
practice in.
you can count on it. I'll see you guys again.
All right, man. All
right.
right, that was Brandon Pierce, ladies and gentlemen. And our next is going to be Grandma's favorite, Chris Essery. Chris is Richard, Jeremy, and Joe up in the booth. You got a copy, man.
I got a copy.
Well, man, you ran a great race. You brought home a third position, not the winning position, but still a podium finish. Pit strategy kind of got you on older tires and didn't work out so well. But talk us through your race, man. You did a really good job.
Yeah, I felt great. The pit strategy, I didn't want to follow Sarton the whole race. I knew that was going to happen, so I was like, you know what? I feel fast. I'm just gonna pit early and see what happens. And I got a top 3, so it worked out for me.
Oh, absolutely. Were you banking on getting out ahead and hopefully getting caught up with other trucks and you just taking it home?
Yeah, I was hoping like my best shot on that strategy was getting out at least like 8 to 10 seconds ahead of him. But the way he ran after he pitted, I still think he would have got me. But I might have been able to get a second if that was the case.
Well, didn't get second, but you got a third, and that's a good position, especially for those points, as close as those points are. So how you feeling about the Lone Star State of Texas? That's where y'all are at next week.
I feel really good there. I did a little practice race with a bunch of guys earlier in the week, and I felt really, really fast. So I'm excited to go there. Hopefully, get a W.
Well, we look forward to seeing you there, and definitely going to try to put together a video for Watkins Glen. Get some highlights together and put together a video for y'all, and so y'all can enjoy it. But great job tonight, and you're welcome to give those shout outs. I know Grandma is proud. She was watching. She was out there in the chat cheering for you.
Yeah, shout out to my grandma and all my family watching. Shout out to Lap Traffic, the sponsor of this race, and shout out to you guys for putting on a good broadcast for us.
Not a problem. Well, we will catch you next week. We can't wait to see you out there.
All right, thank you. Can't wait to be there.
All right. Well, that was our top 3, ladies and gentlemen. So that was Chris, that was Brandon, and Cameron. Can't wait to see them next week in the Lone Star State of Texas. They all say they're good, so that's definitely going to be a race to tune into. Jeremy, what have you got for us before we close out?
A whole lot of nothing, except next week, like y'all said, we are going to be taking it to the Big D, and we don't mean Dallas, but we are taking it down to the Texas at Lone Star 180, and it's going to be brought to us by Sharp Apparel. So make sure you get in next week about 8:15 Central Time, and make sure you kick it with us for about a good hour and a half, as I'm pretty sure we're going to see some wild racing, as we're going to hopefully maybe have one more winner to add 6 for 6, since we've had no repeats yet. So on behalf of myself, Joe, Richard, Full Send, SBRN, we will see y'all next week, and it's not always bigger in Texas.
Want more NASCAR content? For all the latest in NASCAR, including driver interviews, race recaps, fantasy NASCAR, listener call-in shows, and awesome giveaways, tune in to the Lap Traffic Podcast on iTunes, Podbean, or your favorite hosting site with new shows every Tuesday night. Check out Lap Traffic on the web, thelaptrafficpodcast.com, and follow on Twitter @LapTrafficPC. Don't get caught chasing the lucky dog. Tune in each and every week to the Lap Traffic Podcast.